Welcome. Willkommen. Bienvenue to a Hunter's Guide. I am your currently inebriated co-host, Ragnar, along with my fluffy furry friend, co-host, Wolf.
I'm working on it.
And we have Esther! She's back!
Hi! I'm sick. Leave me alone.
And this week we are starting, finally, our werewolf series. Oh my god. Next episode, you people are gonna hate me, but you'll find out why next week.
Yes, it's going to be a 5-part series. It's going to be fucking fantastic. We've been waiting for it forever.
Oh my god.
Even with 5 episodes, we still can't cover everything we want to.
No, we really can't. But before we get into the fun festivities, we are going to play a game.
Okay. What percentage of the time do you think I'm completely full of shit?
Shit.
Yeah, that's the question.
Yeah, I know that,
It's
jackass.
okay if you don't have an answer.
I don't think I do have an answer for that.
Yeah, no,
Because
me
I'm never
either.
full of shit.
Yeah, no, not really.
No, not that I can think of.
So you're saying pretty much everything that I say is you believe, like, it's true. Like,
Yeah.
Well, it fucking better be.
what? Okay then. No. I don't think I'm full of shit.
Alright.
I think everything I say is true.
What's something you've done to try and be cool?
Ooh. Fuck. Started a fight in the gym locker room.
I've streaked through the entire school several times and also jumped off the fucking second floor of the gym several times, intentionally scaring my coach.
See, I
You
did
thought that'd be cool?
It got a great attention.
I mean, yeah, I've done that before too.
I don't think I've done anything.
I mean, in college, I did the naked mile with my entire pledge class.
See, but I did it alone.
Oh yeah, no, I did it with them willingly. I was their pledge master. Yeah.
I don't know. I was just cool with everybody. I didn't really try. I just did shit. I was just an idiot.
Yeah, pretty much the same. Have you ever stolen anything? What and why do you still have it?
Groceries.
One of them is on your
Half the
phone.
stuff in our house, or half the stuff in our house. Yeah, check.
One of them is on your phone.
That tarp outside.
Yeah, that's our phone stuff.
A lot of my Pokemon cards.
Yeah,
True.
lot of my magic cards.
True.
You.
Me?
Yeah,
Harry
I think
Potter
technically
key
I stole
charm
you from
thing.
Fitch. Wait, and I stole you from the other guy.
Oh my god, you're a thief!
Dude, I've stolen people. I stole both of our people here.
Yeah. He stole me
Damn.
from one of his ex-girlfriends, and he stole her from her ex-boyfriend.
Damn. I be stealing these bitches.
Shut up. Shut up.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. You're up.
My last card. How much money would a
Voyeurist?
voyeuristic billionaire have to pay us for us to have sex in his velvet blimp?
Listen, I'll take any money, but I'll do it for free too.
No, yeah, true.
I'm gonna
Same
say
answer.
20 mil.
For me and you?
20 mil. 20 mil. Let's go, baby.
Dude, 20 mil? Hell yeah. I'll do 20 mil.
Right?
Okay. What's your most complimented anatomical feature? And then in parentheses it says, as described by your lovers.
My hair.
Yeah. My hair, and for some reason, whenever it's with an artist, they always say, like, symmetrical wise.
I get my hair, I get my teeth, I get my butt.
I get my ass, too.
I think mine's my nose. That's about it.
I've gotten my dick a few times.
Somebody complimented my feet once, and that was a little weird.
I've gotten my skin a lot. My skin and eyelashes. I've gotten, not that it looked more of jealousy, because women want nice skin and eyelashes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever gotten compliments on your scars? I have.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Mine don't look as,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yours
Also,
look like you were trying to either blow yourself up or do something to yourself. With me, it looks like I was in a bad bar fight.
yeah. But yeah, no, I mean, I have a good bit that people usually compliment on.
Yeah.
What's the most common thing people praise or compliment you for?
Bro, what the fuck? Literally everything we just said.
Oh, no, I think this is, like, we're gonna go with actions for this one.
Oh, okay. Oh shit. That's a lengthy list, man. That's a real lengthy list.
The most common for me is usually that I'm easy to talk to, they can be honest with me, they can open up.
I get that a lot too. But that's mainly like it takes me like maybe an hour to kind of get used to somebody, like staying around them, talking with them, keeping a conversation. So, and it helps a lot when I'm stoned, because I talk a lot when I'm stoned.
Oh no, it's my silence that does it for other people. They can, like, they see I'm silent, so they're able to talk freely, and then I give no reaction, so they feel that I'm not judging them.
Well, when I get stoned and people are trying to talk to me about like their issues or something, I tend to be able to think better and don't just sound like a robot going, yeah, I know it's hard. I can actually like fucking say something that'll help. But a lot of times people compliment me on the fact that I'm not like an uptight asshole. Everybody just says that I'm easy to hang out with because I just chill and I go with the flow of how everybody is feeling. Like if everybody's having a good time, I'm gonna have a fucking good time because it's fun as shit.
I blend to whatever is around me.
Right. It helps, and it makes me just kind of be able to drift in and out of different groups.
The fact that we answer SOS calls no matter who it is also a big plus for people.
Yeah, we really do. Like anytime somebody's like, we need help.
No matter what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I have any. People don't really compliment me on my actions.
Like,
unless it's
nothing?
work. When I'm not being lazy.
You've never done something like nice to somebody and they've never complimented you for it?
Not that I can think of, no.
I mean, the lunches. There's plenty of stuff around the house you've done that I've complimented.
I mean, like
whenever you make us
but
breakfast, that shit's awesome. There's just like a mountain of pancakes that I can't even finish, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna become like 400 pounds from these fucking pancakes.
Besides you two, no, nobody's ever complimented me on anything nice that I've done.
Y'all some arrogant motherfuckers out there.
Wait. Let's be realistic here. It's because you don't like people.
Huh?
You avoid people.
I don't avoid people. What do you mean?
You don't like people, babe.
No, I don't like people, no. But I'm saying people that are already in my life. Anything that I've ever done nice for them, they never complimented me on it. They never praised me for it.
Okay, you also just have shit people in your life.
Yeah,
So,
agreed.
Yeah.
Very much agreed.
Yeah.
That's the wrong one. Describe a time you last had a little bit of respect for me.
Wow.
Damn! What the fuck?
Wait, respect for you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably when I asked for you not to bring M over and you agreed and you went along and you were very nice about it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
I had respect for you then.
Okay. Very most recent, when you actually snapped at me for pushing myself too hard at work.
this motherfucker was about to do runs, and he know damn well his back feel like shit. I walked over there
Wait,
and I was
after
like,
you had that-
get your
This
ass
is
back
Saturday.
over there.
This is Saturday.
Oh, no. No. Mm-mm. No. I would have done the same thing.
Motherfucker was already walking around like a damn hunchback old man holding his ass. Like,
But again, it's that thing where it's like if somebody asks for my help, I'm gonna try to help.
yeah, but not when your ass is like the main problem right now. You were still in pain trying to go over and help these motherfuckers.
Yeah, I was mostly upset when we found out they had plenty of fuckers.
Yeah, right? They had plenty of people over there. They could have done their own shit.
It's just one of them didn't want to fucking work.
Yep.
Well, two of them.
Yeah. That's all the cards.
All right, so it's time to get into some.
A werewolf in folklore and mythology is a person who shifts into a wolf, either purposely or by using magic, or after being placed under a curse, which is always terrible. The medieval chronicler Gervase of Tilbury associated the transformation with the appearance of the full moon, but this concept was rarely associated with the werewolf until the idea was picked up by modern fiction writers in movies.
If I remember correctly, though, there are more werewolves born than turned these days.
Yeah, a lot more werewolves nowadays are what you would call pure blood because they were born instead of created.
Mm-hmm.
But there are still werewolves who are created, although it's a lot rarer nowadays.
I know the council tends to keep that on.
Yeah. They kind of frown upon that.
I know a lot of people have gotten in trouble for it, actually.
Yeah, it's a very big no-no.
Uh-huh.
And when it's brought up, everybody's just like, what?
The council was actually mad at me for a little while because they thought I was turned when in actuality I was born.
Mm.
And also, the full moon has always been linked to wolves as a source of power, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so it's not... While a lot of wolves do turn with the moon, it's usually more of just power from the moon strengthens the wolf.
Right.
Okay. Also, a man may not turn into a full wolf, but a beast somewhere in between, depending on the different...
Yes, but with that, it depends on the clan. But we'll get more into that on a later date.
Okay, because I've seen different ones, different depictions. Wasn't sure if there's a full reason, just different strength.
I don't know what it is that caused it. It's but it is very rare. It's probably my least favorite thing to talk. It's one of the few aspects where you'd think werewolves and elves kind of share that similarity in that aspect of appearance.
Yeah.
What we talked about last week. But with werewolves, it's more of a drastic change in appearance because one can look like a giant fucking dog, while others can look like this
humanoid wolf.
Humanoid wolf thing that has really, really long, weird-looking hind legs for their bottom half, and it's just standing up straight. It makes me cringe every time.
If you get really unlucky, you just look like a furry.
Oh no, oh god. I haven't seen one like that, but if I do, I might just have to kill it on the spot.
It's like,
'Cause that's just
like, do you want me to kill you? Yes, please. All right. Get away. Either get rid of your transformation or just kill you. All right.
it's ridiculous, man. But
Since you have the notes.
yeah, it's just a strange change of pace. But anyway, in Greek mythology, the story of Lycian, it's give me a sec. This name Lycian supplies one of the earliest examples of a werewolf legend. According to one form of it, Lycian was transformed into a wolf as a result of eating human flesh. One of those who were present at the periodical sacrifice on Mount Lycian. See, hang on. I think I'm fucking this up. But it's a stranger spelling. I think it's Lycan. But that A is not normally there. So I'm just going to go with Lycan. Periodical sacrifice on Mount Lycan was said to suffer a similar fate. And the Roman Pliny the Elder, quoting Eunthus, says that a man of Aethus's family was selected by Lot and brought to a lake in Arcadia, where he hung his clothes on an ash tree and swam across. This resulted in his being transformed into a wolf, and he wandered in this shape for 9 years. Then, if he had attacked no human being, he was at liberty to swim back and resume his former shape. Probably the two stories are identical, though we hear nothing of participation in the Lycanian sacrifice by the descendant of Antius.
I actually found a little bit more on the Lycan one. According to legend, Lycan, the son of Pelasgus, angered the god Zeus when Lycan, immortal, tried to test Zeus's omniscience to see if Zeus really was all-powerful and all-knowing. Lycan killed his own son and served his roasted flesh to Zeus. As punishment, the enraged Zeus turned Lycan and his remaining sons into wolves.
This sounds like the fucked up Brothers Grimm version of Fenrir and Odin. Seriously, what the fuck it sounds like.
Quite the loving family.
Right? I know, man. We're all a bunch of lovable fuckers. Herodotus, in his histories, tells us that the Neri, a tribe he places to the northeast of Scythia, were annually transformed for a few days, and Virgil is familiar with transformation of human beings into wolves. In the novel Satricion, written about year 60 by Gaius Petronus, one of the characters recites a story about a man who turns into a wolf during a full moon. Again, full moon.
Yeah.
It always comes up. Full moon is probably like, no matter what werewolf legend you look in any country, it's always gonna somewhere involve a moon. And a lot of the times it's a misconceived part of the mythology. Because if you look at all of them, you get the big picture. You don't turn because of the full moon. The moon is your power.
Going off of that, you would assume that it's the newly turned weaker wolves and shit like that have to rely on the moon to shift, while other wolves, pure bloods and all that, can just turn at any time. It's just the pull is stronger.
Yeah, for new bloods, it's very hard. New bloods, they're very eager to hunt, to chase after something, to transform and just run free.
Oh, so it's much harder to control in that form.
God. It's worse than an emo teenager.
Yeah, I had the experience of going through a puppy phase and then a teenage phase, and then I have yet to go through the adult stage.
Oh, Oh, it's great. It's wonderful. It's a lovely experience.
Listen, once I can fully shift, I might be able to fix my fucking back.
Transitioning into women here. There are women, so the Armenian believe, runs who in consequence of deadly sins are condemned to pass 7 years in the form of a wolf. So if they commit like adultery or wraths, pride, greed, gluttony, any of those, they get trapped in the form of a wolf for 7 years. A spirit comes to such a woman and brings her a wolf spirit. He orders her to put it on, and no sooner has she done this than the most frightful wolfish cravings make their appearance and soon get the upper hand.
I see no downside.
She becomes bloodthirsty, man. Her better nature conquered. She makes a meal of her own children, one by one. Then of her relatives' children, according to the degree of relationship. And finally, the children of strangers begin to fall as prey to her. She wanders only at night, and doors and locks spring open at her approach. She can literally walk up to a fucking vault and go, open, and it just opens. You can be in the world's safest room, like, most secure, you got the newest tech, everything. She can walk up to it, tap it, it'll fucking open.
It's more of a blessing than a curse at that point.
Seriously. But the only downside is when morning comes, she returns to her human form and removes the wolf skin. In these causes, the transformation was involuntary or virtually so. Like, it'll happen without warning, and just, it's the worst pain ever because you're shrinking down, so everything is compacting.
Yeah, that sounds fucking painful.
Oh, yeah. But side by side with this belief in involuntary metamorphosis, we find the belief that human beings can change themselves into animals at will and then resume their own form. France, on the other hand, seems to have been infested with werewolves during the 16th century. You know, plague. And who did they blame?
Werewolves.
Wolves. And the consequent trials were very numerous. In some of the cases, those of the Gandelian family in the Jura, the tailor of Chalons and Rollet in Angers, all occur in the year 1598. There was clear evidence against the accused of murder and cannibalism, but none of association with wolves. In other cases, as that of Gilles Gernet in Dole in 1573, there was clear evidence against some wolf, but none against him, him specifically. And that's the weird part. Because they still found him guilty, and they executed him the next day. Like, literally the next day at 7 o'clock in the morning. Right in front of the Bastille.
Listen, we're on a time crunch, right?
Dude, it was fucked.
We have no time for second guessing.
Bro, if you second guess, I swear to God, the next round is going to be on you and you forever. Yet while this lycanthropy fever, but of suspectors and of suspected, was at its height, it was decided in the case of Jean Grenet at Bordeaux in 1603 that lycanthropy was nothing more than an insane delusion. From this time, the loup-garou gradually ceased to be regarded as a dangerous heretic, and fell back into his pre-Christian position of being simply a man-wolf fiend. How do you become a man-wolf fiend? That's literally 3 separate fucking things.
I would love to see it. I would love to see it. You know what? How do we know that's not what I am?
That just sounds like a smorgasbord of anger issues.
Grrr.
Rar XD.
Too far.
Ah.
Many so-called werewolves from centuries ago were in fact serial killers. France had its fair share. In 1521, Frenchmen Pierre Bergot and Michael Verdun allegedly swore allegiance to the devil and claimed to have an ointment that turned them into wolves. After confessing to brutally murdering several children, they were both burned to death at the stake. Burning was thought to be one of the few ways to kill a werewolf.
Yeah, I remember this story. I remember reading about it. They said that when they were burned at the stake, they shouted something in French. And I don't remember the French translation, but the English translation was, "The wolf spirit will forever live on in this country."
Mm-hmm.
And that was like their dying words. People heard this because there was a huge fucking crowd watching these assholes get burned alive.
Because what else we're going to do on Saturday night?
Right? You know, what are we going to do? Sit at the house and make pie or stare at stones?
We got no television. The plays...
Are we going to go to the theater? That shit's way too damn expensive.
Or, sick.
Right.
You got the play going on. Gilles Garnier, known as the Werewolf of Dole, was another 16th century Frenchman whose claim to fame was also an ointment with wolf morphing abilities. According to legend, as a wolf he viciously killed children and ate them. He too was burned to death at the stake for his monstrous crimes. Whether Verdun, or Garnier were mentally ill, acted under the influence of a hallucinogenic substance, or were simply cold-blooded killers is up for debate. But it likely didn't matter to superstitious Europeans during the 16th century. To them, such heinous crimes could only be committed by horrific beasts such as a werewolf.
Dude, no, when I read his story, because I found, like, most werewolf legends that have to do with France always involves like an ointment.
Oh yeah.
And in other places it's like a belt, or they have to put on a pelt or something like that. And it's really strange.
I've been looking for a pelt of any kind that's, that
magical.
Works. Yeah.
Yeah.
For a long time. I actually almost had my hands on a belt one time. But simply because I figured it would help my fucking transformation for that.
Right.
At least get it started, get the first fucking shift going.
Yeah. But the Lubins of France were usually female and shy in contrast to the aggressive loup-garou. So the majority of French werewolves are female.
And shy.
But yet some of them do be aggressive, and that's why there are also male werewolves in France. But still, the majority are female.
I want to say France is the reason that the rumors started that you can get lycanthropy through sex.
I could see that, yeah. That sounds like something a French dude would say.
Mm-hmm. Especially if it was mostly females spreading it. Because, a lot of French women like to bite.
Oh, yeah. And the next one. Oh. This is Catholics, man. Just wait. In Prussia, Livonia, and Lithuania, according to the bishops Olaus Magnus and Majolus, the werewolves were in the 16th century far more destructive than true and natural wolves. And their heterodoxy appears from the Catholic bishops' assertion that they formed an accursed college of those
You got this.
Shit. Deceiverous? Desurus?
Disses?
I'm going to go with Desurus of innovations contrary to the divine law. Why is it always priests? Bishops. Like, it's just... I am the archbishop of this church. Cool, you want a fucking medal?
Yeah, kind of.
Go screw yourself.
Done that.
Look, okay. I understand that bishop is a very a very high position in the church and the clergy.
Yeah.
But this is 16th century, so this is when the church is still like a reigning body over a vast majority of the world. Why are these bishops kind of... Their assertion of it was that they formed an accursed college. Basically, they're calling it a witch's coven.
Well, a lot of areas in Europe especially associated werewolf with magic.
Yeah, especially in more Eastern Europe.
And especially when it came to female.
Oh, yeah. For some reason, like, that was a main focus, that, like, females were the only ones that could become something. Like a witch or a werewolf or a vampire or some shit.
Well, they associated witches with women very frequently.
Well, yeah.
And
Salem.
yeah, and then when there's a werewolf involved, they assume that either a witch cursed somebody or a witch also is able to shift into a wolf.
Why is it always a curse? Why do people think
'Cause they
that's
refuse-
the immediate thing witches go for is, I'm going to curse you with being a werewolf? No. They're going to go with, I'm going to curse you with being a frog before they go with being a werewolf.
They know better than to bless me.
Seriously, that's giving somebody power, not hindering them.
I mean, give it a few months so I can actually, keep control. But,
Yeah.
if I know to lock myself up, we're good.
Oh, yeah. But the wolf was still extant in England in 1600, but had become extinct by 1680. So with England, werewolves were close to extinction in the 1600s.
That they know of, or in
Yeah.
actuality?
In actuality.
Oh,
Like,
shit.
Seriously, like, right now, England is barren with werewolves. They are not in England. In Ireland, they're still there. But in England, 1600s, they were, like, damn near on the brink. As soon as 1680 came around, all of them in England were gone.
Left or murdered?
Both.
Damn.
Majority of them were actually killed by church knights, Templars. Or no, I don't. Were the Templars still around the 1600s, or was that 1500s? I want to say it was 1500s.
What group of werewolves are sloppy enough to get extinct?
They were... trying to remember what the name was from the English lore. It was I think it's the Selkie clan. They were mainly like heavily into the woods. So they lived off the land very much, but they were hunted down because a lot of their members were getting tired of it. So they just decided to go out and kill people.
And that's where they fucked up.
Yeah.
All right.
And at the beginning of the 17th century, the punishment of witchcraft was still zealously prosecuted by James I of England, and that pious monarch regarded werewolfies as victims of delusion induced by a natural superabundance of melancholy. Really?
I'm really sad.
I'm really sad. Holy shit, a werewolf!
Wait. Not sad enough.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sad. Oh, look, a werewolf. Gotta sound like Eeyore.
Like, you gotta be sitting there going, oh, it's gonna get me. A pity. That looks like it'll hurt. Steps in front of a train.
Jesus. Uh, many of the werewolves in European tradition were most innocent and God-fearing people who suffered through the witchcraft of others or simply from an unhappy fate, and who were wolves behaved in a truly touching fashion, fawning upon and protecting their benefactors. Like they if you were good to them, they were good to you. And that's how a lot of werewolves are. That's how a lot of wolves in general are. If you're good to them, they will be good to you.
I mean, wolves in this day and age are mostly just protectors.
Yeah. That's the one thing I never understood about the church is they went after these guys with such hate and malice. But in actuality, you could have literally offered them an olive branch and they would have taken it. They would have helped you. Instead, you just brought fire and brimstone.
I mean, you see who's the most destructive in most lore. Humans love to fight anything different.
Yeah, humans love to fight against change and fight hard.
Mm-hmm.
And
which is very astounding considering most magical beings have been here much longer than humans.
yeah, I mean, but you look at a lot of the shit that's happening, the Crusades, the French Revolution, the American Revolution, the Civil War, World War I, World War II, the Korean War, Vietnam War, the Falklands War.
Fuck it, Cold War.
Seriously, all of these have impacted everybody, not just one single country, not just a single person, everyone. And the actions of these people shaped this, what we are in right now.
Regrettably.
Seriously,
I mean, don't get me wrong. This day and age is great compared to what we've had in history, but like for mankind. But at the same time, imagine how much farther we would have gone if we just worked together, if we just fucking helped each other, if we didn't kill anything different.
The world would be a very simpler place, my friend.
I don't know about simpler. I feel like if we kept evolving, we'd be a million light years ahead of our time.
True. In Marie de France's poem Biche-Clavette, circa 1200, the nobleman Biche-Clavette, or Biche-Clavette, for reasons not described in the lay, had to transform into a wolf every week. When his treacherous wife stole his clothing needed to restore his human form, he escaped the king's wolf hunt by imploring the king for mercy, and accompanied the king thereafter. His behavior at court was so gentle and harmless that when his wife and her new husband appeared at court, his attack on them was taken as evidence of reason to hate them, and the truth was revealed. Others of this sort were the hero of William and the Werewolf, translated from French into English about 1350, and the numerous princes, princesses, knights, and ladies who appeared temporarily in beast form in the German fairy tales, or the Märchen. It's really wild where a lot of these stories come from.
Oh, yeah, they come from all over, but at the same time, though, a lot of the famous ones come from the exact same spots.
Oh, yeah. Indeed, the power of transforming others into wild beasts was attributed not only to malignant sorcerers, but also to Christian saints. Omnes argeli, bani et mali, ex virtu naturali hebent post testamen transmutandi corporo nostra. All angels, good and bad, have the power of transmuting our bodies, was the dictum of St. Thomas Aquinas. St. Patrick transformed Veritictus, a king in Wales, into a wolf, and Saint Nautilus cursed an illustrious Irish family, with the result that each member of it was doomed to be a wolf for 7 years. How much you gotta hate an Irish family to curse all of them to be a wolf for 7 years?
I just see a 7-year vacation. That's all I'm seeing. All right, no bills, no taxes, no fucking work.
Yeah, you're telling me I don't have to deal with all these cunts every fucking day? Gimme.
Cuss? Hell no, that's a fucking vacation.
In other tales, the divine agency is still more direct. While in Russia, again, men are supposed to become werewolves through incurring the wrath of the devil. Why is it Russia where it's always something evil? Even nowadays.
Listen, they just, they got good spirit.
Yeah. But, I mean, some werewolf lore is based on documented events. The beast of Gavanden was a creature that reportedly terrorized the general area of the former province of Gavanden in today's Lézeret department in the Margerie Mountains in south-central France in the general time frame of, 1764 to 1767. It was often described as a giant wolf and was said to attack livestock and humans indiscriminately. And in the late 1990s, a string of man-eating wolf attacks were reported in Uttar Pradesh, India. Frightened people claimed, among other things, that the wolves were werewolves.
My God.
They've done it again.
Those crazy kids.
Honestly, I can see that, though.
Yeah.
That sounds like something a new blood would do. It's not uncommon, but at the same time, if they were turned or born, they should have had somebody there who was looking after them. So I blame them.
Yeah, that's why in most cases that I know of where someone got in trouble with the council because of a new blood, it's because they didn't control their new blood.
Well, you'd think people would learn how to kind of control their proteges and keep them on a sort of leash for a time and then let them go.
Oh, so with that, I have my old partner who claimed that I joined her pack. She got in trouble with a council because I briefly turned someone.
How do you briefly turn someone?
I bit them during sex, and I had injected them with just enough venom to turn them for the next 2 months.
Oh, God. Yeah, I bet that was interesting after sex. You just like, oh, sorry, you're going to be kind of hairy for the next couple of months.
Don't get me wrong. It made a lot of things more interesting. At the same time,
what the fuck?
Listen,
I might need a therapist again.
It did a lot of great things for their confidence.
I'm worried now. Did they want to be a furry? Was that their thing?
No. When I say it boosted their confidence, I mean it literally boosted their confidence. Like they didn't.
What is in your semen?
You mean my venom?
No, your semen.
Oh well, we got a microscope right there.
I'm gonna need you to for a little little sample. Yeah.
Alright. We're gonna find out there's no actual semen in there.
Oh my god. Oh Christ. Okay.
Is that all your notes?
Yeah.
Alright, my turn, motherfuckers. I have a lot more than he does, so I'm gonna have to read fast.
Yeah. Good luck, Speedy Gonzalez.
Werewolves also emerged in early Nordic folklore. The saga of the Volsungs tells the story of a father and son who discovered wolf pelts that had the power to turn people into wolves for 10 days. Why are you dancing?
These are my boys. I love these fuckers.
The father-son duo donned the pelts, transformed into wolves, and went on a killing rampage in the forest. Their rampage ended when their father attacked his son, causing a lethal wound. The son only survived because a kind raven gave the father a leaf with healing powers.
Yeah, up until that point, they were literally slaughtering grizzly bears. They were going up to these fuckers and just swatting them.
Why is no raven giving me healing leaves?
You haven't found the right raven. You know, you have to interview them, and you have to get to know them, and then you have to schedule. It's a hell nightmare.
Next up, we have Peter Stump, a wealthy 15th century farmer in Bedburg, Germany. Maybe the most notorious werewolf of them all in history. According to folklore, he turned into a wolf-like creature at night and devoured many citizens of Bedburg. Peter was eventually blamed for the gruesome killings after being cornered by hunters who claimed they saw him shapeshift from wolf to human form. He experienced a grisly execution after confessing under tortures to savagely killing animals, men, women, and children, and eating their remains. He also declared that he owned an enchanted belt that gave him the power to transform into a wolf at will. Not surprisingly, the belt was never found. Peter's guilt is controversial since some people believe he wasn't a killer but the victim of a political witch hunt. Or perhaps a werewolf hunt, if you want to call it that.
I mean, yeah, but you gotta jump back to the fact he was tortured to be forced to fucking confess.
Yeah.
That's a red flag.
Yeah, when you have to torture it out, I mean, like, don't get me wrong, sometimes you're right. But in most cases, you're forcing an innocent man to plead guilty.
Right. It's
so
torture only works if you're like, if you know the person you just captured was, say, an enemy country spy, and you needed to extract information from them. That probably is the only way you're gonna get anything out of them. But this guy?
Yeah, I mean,
dude.
Most likely there was a werewolf on the rampage.
Yeah, true.
More than likely they got the wrong guy. That's why you didn't find a fucking belt.
Yeah, okay. The whole thing with the belt. See, this is what I was talking about. Germany, that was like their huge thing with the werewolf legends. They have this magic belt.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a cowboy big old buckle belt.
I mean, hell, maybe he did know who it was. He just couldn't confess.
That might have been the case too, or he was he might have been taking the heat because
someone he loved or some shit like that.
Yeah. There are so many possibilities to this, and we will never get the actual answer, sadly, even though I really want to know. But it does give you kind of a perspective. It gives you a look on the witch hunts and these werewolf hunts, the vampire hunts. A lot of innocent people were caught up in this shit.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And they did absolutely nothing wrong. Mm-hmm. Which is fucked. They were just living their lives, and then out of nowhere, their door gets kicked in, and they get dragged to the fucking gallows.
I know. Good times. Either way, the circumstances surrounding his life and death stroked rampant fear at the time that werewolves were on the loose. Peter Stump had the misfortune of having one of the most famous werewolf trials of this time. Stump was tried for werewolf transformation during 1589 and was put on a trial before his town. Because the town felt they had enough evidence against him, this trial mainly consisted of torture. Stump was connected to the werewolf of Bedburg because of his notable disability, a missing left hand. It had been reported that the werewolf of Bedburg had a missing left paw, and since it was believed that the injuries of the werewolf manifested themselves in both wolf and human form, Stump was very quickly charged. The trial commenced with Stump being stretched out on a rack and having chunks of his flesh ripped out with searing hot pincers. His bones were also crushed with stones to ensure that the great pain he suffered was enough to convince him to confess of all his sins.
See, that's not true. When a wolf shifts, right? That's all of your bones breaking and expanding. And when that happens, if you have a missing hand, that grows back. If you have a missing leg, it grows back.
Isn't it unless the incident occurred before your first transformation?
Yes. After your first transformation, if you lose a limb, once you transform again, it comes back. If you had the injury before you were turned,
It's gonna stay gone.
yep, it's gone.
Sucks to suck.
Right.
Stump confessed to everything he was accused of. He alleged that he had been practicing black magic since the age of 12 and had been assuming the form of a werewolf for at least 25 years. During this time, he confessed to killing and eating both livestock and humans. Most notably, he admitted to killing and eating 14 children and 2 pregnant women. Aside from all of the innocent women and children he supposedly ate and was forced to confess guilt over, he was also accused of having incestuous relations with his daughter and distant relative. He confessed to these misdeeds as well, which resulted in both unlucky women being executed along with him. They were promptly flayed and strangled to death. After the crowd was finally satisfied with the suffering of Peter Stump, he was beheaded and his body, along with his body of his daughter and mistress, were burned for all to see. His severed head was placed on a torture wheel, and an image of a wolf was attached and displayed in the city center to serve as a reminder to the rest of the townspeople. Some historians believe that Peter Stump was not actually a werewolf, but was tried by the church as a way to send a message to recently converted Protestants. Stump had converted to Protestant beliefs in early years during a war that was waged between the Protestants and the Catholics. It is thought that the Catholics may have accused Stump so they could persuade other converts to reconsider their change in religion, or suffer the same fate. They cite the attendance of aristocracy at the trial and execution as evidence that something more than witchcraft was at work. Furthermore, it appears that Peter Stump was the only werewolf convicted in Bedburg, though a werewolf trial usually ended in a conviction of a pack that supposedly hunted together. Which, makes sense. Werewolves tend to have
I'd go
packs.
with for that kind of area, I'd probably go with a pack of 3.
And, since he had incestuous relations and a mistress, maybe those were the other 2.
Yeah, but see, when you were talking about what he ate and everything, all I could think was, unborn baby. It must taste real good. It makes it all nice and tender. Mm-hmm.
The bones are soft as fuck.
Right, but dark humor aside, it really sounds like he just turned into a cannibal furry.
You're not wrong.
Does it not? It totally sounds like he just transformed into a cannibal furry, like he's fucking Five Nights at Freddy animatronic shit.
What really gets me out of everything is that he fucked his daughter?
What? Okay. Explain to me this. Why is it that a lot of royal families back in the day
Wanted to keep their bloodline pure?
Yeah, they're like, here, son, fuck your sister. What? Why? People are now continuing it in, the deep, deep South, but I'm not going to name states. It's kind of close by, though.
Yeah, and the one that's close by isn't even the top one in the U.S. anymore.
No, surprisingly. And that's disgusting. What the fuck?
Didn't know it was a competition.
I didn't either, but apparently, yeah, that's the new contest in the U.S. Which state can have the most incest? Oh, God.
Ugh.
It's disgusting.
Before we get on a tangent of
Yeah,
incest,
I know. I'm just...
The trial of Hans the Werewolf is often pointed to in order to demonstrate the tendency of the courts to charge individuals for both werewolf transformations and witchcraft. In the year 1651, young Hans was brought before his city's court and charged with being a werewolf. He was questioned so the court could determine the seriousness of the offense and was said to have given up valuable information. Hans claimed that he had received a wolf skin from a strange man in a strange man in black. I was expecting in a hood.
Yeah, I was expecting in a hood too. I was about to say, plague doctor?
But no, just man in black.
Okay, wait.
Dun dun dun.
The Men in Black existed back then? What kind of fucking time travel shit is this?
Men in Black 3? So yeah, he got it from a man in black and had used it to hunt for 2 years. He confirmed that he was actually able to transform into a wolf instead of merely entering the wolf's body, which the court decided was magical transformation.
What? Okay. We've had belt. We've had ointment.
We have stealing the wolf's body.
We have stealing the wolf's body. Stealing the wolf's body. And pelt.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, how many different variations do you fuckers come up with? Oh my God.
I mean, there's a lot. And the crazy part is a lot of these work.
I know. But, wait, okay. With belts and the pelts... And
you gotta get the right ones.
And the ointments and everything, is it what's in, like, the material of the belt or pelt or ointment
Okay,
or whatever?
when it comes to pelts and fur and belts, whatever, it's a matter of it needs to be pure wolf.
Yeah,
It
I
needs
kind of figured that.
it needs to have a soul in it,
Okay.
and it also needs to have a spell put upon it. And usually a jewel is put inside of the belt to make it stronger.
Okay. Kind of like a reinforcement charm or elemental enchantment. Or
Usually a transformation charm as well.
Yeah.
When it comes to the ointment, I imagine it's the same as a potion.
Yeah, that would make sense. Just applied through the skin instead of
So,
ingesting it. So yeah.
I assume they're using ingredients that are toxic if ingested, but usable if
applied to the skin.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. The pelt is just that'd probably be the harder one to find, I think.
Unless you're going berserker mode.
True. If you're going berserker mode, you really only need the pelt
Yeah.
of a bear, a wolf, or shit, what was the other one?
Pig.
Boar. It was a boar.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Literal. The only difference is
Tusks.
domestication.
Well, yeah, tusks and hair. Yeah.
Yeah. Farms literally shave those down. That's the only difference.
Yeah. But it just surprises me because I've met and I've read and I've seen a lot of stuff having to deal with berserkers, and it's fascinating that these guys would find like a gray wolf or a brown bear, a black bear, or a white wolf, or a boar with extremely large tusks. They'd skin it. Sometimes, or most of the time, they'd keep like the top part of the skull.
Yeah.
And that'd be on top of
The
their
hood.
heads. Yeah, that'd be the hood. And with the boar guys, they had, the tusks just coming out in the front. And it was so cool with the way that they were able to do that. Because with the animal they killed, the spirit that they chose, they took that and turned it into a part of basically themselves. and it gave them the anger and the power and the rage to basically just continue on.
See, I'm imagining someone getting a pelt and finding out that they were a pacifist.
Damn, that would... I mean, nobody would be able to take them down, I guess.
I mean, you sit there, you turn into a boar, and then you find out he's vegan.
I mean... But with berserkers, they had the pelts, but they also had the berserker staffs, and that was one of their main sources of their rage and power, was the staff. The pelt helped, yes, but the main source was their staff.
Okay. Back to Hans. The court also became convinced that the man in black was the devil, which meant Hans was guilty for both witchcraft and werewolf transformation. He was found guilty and obviously sentenced to death. In 1692, an unusual case presented itself to the courts in Livonia. An 80-year-old man by the name of Theus was accused of being a werewolf. He confessed to the crime of werewolf transformation, but gave the courts an unexpected twist. These claimed that he was transformed into a werewolf through the power of God, and he, along with several other werewolves, descended into hell 3 times a year to fight Satan's demons. Theus claimed that this was done in order to ensure a good harvest. The court tried to make Theus confess to witchcraft and werewolf transformation through a pact with the devil, but he was firm in his answer. Although the court couldn't find Theus guilty of witchcraft or allegiance to the devil, he was sentenced to whipping in October of 1692, which, to be honest, for being found guilty for turning into a werewolf is getting off very easy.
You said he was 80 years old, right?
And a warrior of God.
He was 80 years old, and they convinced him to confess of being a werewolf. He was probably 80 and go like, you know what, fuck it, end it. I'll confess to whatever you want me to.
No, that's the thing, though. He didn't confess to anything they wanted. They got him to confess to turning into a werewolf, yes. But he did not deter from the fact that he was an agent from God sent to fight demons.
What the fuck?
And to be honest, if he's fighting demons, fuck the whipping. Let him go.
The man is 80 years old. In what year? What year was he sentenced?
1692.
In 1692, he was 80 years old.
And he willingly went to hell 3 times a year for who knows how long.
Dude, most people during that time didn't live till they were like 40. Most people died when they were in their 30s.
Which also gives good reason for maybe why he was a werewolf. Man's living too long.
Somebody should have just given him a silver stake then and just been like, do it.
Nah, fuck that. He's doing good work. He's fighting demons. Fighting the devil himself.
This fucking 80-year-old man.
I'm imagining a fucking cane walking werewolf in hell beating the shit out of a devil.
I'm imagining like an old kung fu master, like old man who just transforms into a werewolf badass that just roams around the country.
Spanking demons.
Just spanking demons. Oh my
Grab him by
God.
the fucking scruff behind the neck and then just fucking put him over your
Like,
knee.
what the one by Chingawa?
Fucking great.
I literally want to hear just a Japanese man ruthlessly beating a demon while he's transformed into a werewolf. Oh my God. I want to see that only because I think Japanese insults are the fucking most elegantly put insults ever. Oh my God. It's hilarious.
Nah, next to a German one spanking another one.
No, dude. Okay, a German dude sounds fucking pissed off.
I want to hear them together though.
Oh my God!
Like just both of them destroying
Like
a demon together.
A German, like an old man German and an old man Japanese.
Just tag teaming a demon.
Just tag teaming the shit out of a demon. Oh my God!
I feel
that'd be
bad for the
hilarious.
demon.
I would feel bad for the demon, but at the same time, Fuck that demon.
I'd be laughing my ass off.
Right, yeah, I'd be dying.
There are many sightings of dogmen or werewolves throughout North America and the United States. Perhaps one of the most intriguing and persistent is the Michigan Dogman sightings. These go right back to the late 1880s when two local lumberjacks would witness a beastly creature. They would claim it to have the body of a man and a dog's head. Multiple sightings of these strange creatures would continue throughout the decades. One particular sighting in 1938 saw the witness attacked by by a pack of 5 dogs. At least one of them, he would later claim, walked on 2 legs. In 1961, a manufacturing plant, a night security guard witnessed a man in black clothing approaching. As he stared a little harder, though, he could clearly see a bizarre dog-like feature to his strange entity. As he was about to pull out his gun, he remembered his camera. He managed to snap a picture of the bizarre creature before it disappeared. You can view the picture on our Instagram tonight. Sightings of the Michigan Dogman continue today, particularly over the swampy marshes of the state. Many Michigan residents claim to hear strange childlike howls coming from the swamps and woodlands. The vast majority of descriptions of this apparent beast man are eerily similar to each other. Some local legends even speak of dog soldiers of native tribes of the area. These warriors, through ancient techniques and practices, would become in tune with their spirit animal, so much so that they could control the change into a dogman and unleash the powers that come with it. Some conspiracies suggest U.S. military programs would hunt down these dog soldiers. Some, however, would survive.
Well, okay. Going off of the dog soldiers, you know the Atlanta baseball team, the Braves, right?
Yeah, of course.
The Braves were the name of some of the most feared native warriors. They were called the Braves. Above them, those were the dog soldiers. So the dog soldiers were like the elite of the elite for the natives. And it fucking blows my mind that every time I think of them, it makes me think of what is it? That shitty cartoon that I can't even remember what the fuck it is, but it was like a shitty cartoon that came out. It was only like a 2-episode thing that I found on YouTube, and it was about a native kid who grew up with a dog soldier dad, and his dad went off to fight in one of the big like Native versus America wars.
Yeah.
Or battles, sorry. His dad came back with half his body still shifted, and the other half had several like bullet holes.
That's pretty badass.
It was badass, and I'm just like, I want you. You could be my dad. The shit people come up with from just weird, strange myths and legends and different variations of the sort is amazing. The TV shows, movies, anything, adaptations of what people have seen run through their own heads, fucking crazy.
Oh yeah, it's intense. Another strange creature sighting, I guess.
Other than the Michigan dog who just like was lightly touched on the face by a priest.
A strange beast roamed the that is not the picture I'm talking about. That is not the picture I'm talking about. I have not posted the picture yet. That is a different dog. Took me a second to realize what you're talking about. It's a very different dog.
Oh, fuck.
A strange beast roamed the Fitchdale Mountains and had done so since at least the 1600s, perhaps even earlier. The account speaks of a shepherd who used the regions for his flock. However, he began to notice that he was somehow losing sheep, or something was taking them.
This sounds like a shitty shepherd. My sheep, where have they gone?
This went on for several days before the shepherd one day caught sight of the beastly wolf attacking one of the flock and dragging it off into the woodlands nearby. Desperate not to lose any more of his animals, the shepherd began to in the direction of the attacker. However, the animal had disappeared within seconds, taking the valuable sheep with it. Realizing he needed to put a decisive plan in motion, he would seek the help of a local person who happened to be a marksman of the highest quality. The shooter agreed to go with the shepherd the following day and would be ready to take aim at the wolf should it return. Perhaps to their surprise, the beast did indeed return, immediately prompting the marksman to take aim and fire. To their disbelief, although the shot was on target, the bullet appeared to bounce off the creature, seemingly causing it no harm whatsoever. Perplexed, the pair returned the following day. This time, though, when the wolf arrived, the marksman, who had loaded his weapon with dried pith, fired once more. The shot was perfect, and more importantly, it wounded the creature in the leg, forcing it to retreat back into the forest.
Why does this sound like A Boy Who Cried Wolf, but the original version? Like the Brothers Grimm version?
I mean, he got witnesses.
Exactly my point. What if one of them, like, sort of passed that idea down, and it ended up becoming A Boy Who Cried Wolf?
Maybe.
I have no idea about the origins of that story, so that's why I'm saying it.
Fair. According to the account, the shepherd happened upon his neighbor the following day and noticed that she had developed a limp. But being polite, he asked her what the problem was that caused her to limp so. To his surprise, she snapped back asking, "What business is it of yours?"
I'm just trying to be polite, lady. God damn!
Before scurrying away as fast as she could. The shepherd, knowing that the talk of the village was that this old woman practiced evil magic and spells, wondered whether the wound in the leg was caused by the shot by the marksman the previous evening. Might the old woman have managed to shapeshift into a wolf-like form? Who knows?
That'd be one ugly ass grandma. That'd be like the grandma or the wolf from Red Riding Hood.
Hell yeah.
Oh, what big eyes you have! Oh, that's just because I'm happy to see you, you delicious bitch.
Well, I'm not into that fucking furry shit.
What, if I put on a furry outfit, some glasses, and a nightgown, you won't find out stuck?
Well, you didn't mention no nightgown now.
Mm-hmm.
Although there was little other proof other than what could be a coincidental mark, the man reported his suspicions to the authorities. The old woman was ultimately arrested, flogged, and chained up at the local jail. However, much to the surprise of everyone, when guards went to check on their prisoner, she had disappeared, and so had the wolf, at least for several nights.
Time out. How old is this lady again?
Old.
And they flogged her?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Fuck that bitch.
Oh my god. That's brutal.
Well?
To do on somebody who's, like, elderly.
Fuck her.
God. Damn.
Late one evening, the ferocious beast returned to seemingly attack the very same flock of sheep it had previously attacked. However, it soon became apparent to the alarmed shepherd that the wolf had himself as the lone target. The creature leaped at the shepherd, who despite doing his best to defend himself, was immediately on the back foot. In fact, if it wasn't for the fact that the marksman who had wounded the wolf happened to be in the area hunting, he would have surely met his end.
Oh yeah, he definitely would have died. He would have been like, "I'm gonna get you."
He would
have been like fucking Elmer Fudd.
I'm pretty sure the shepherd is just as old.
The marksman would have been like Elmer Fudd. "Shh, I'm hunting wolves."
The shooter immediately brought his weapon up and took aim. Once more, he hit and wounded the creature. He dropped the gun, pulled out a large knife, and took aim at the beast, stabbing it precisely. However, to the shock of the pair, the wolf began to morph and transform into the old woman who they had accused and had arrested only days previously. They would agree to bury the woman in the woods, and when they had done so, they placed a cross over the makeshift grave. Although it is uncertain if the location exists, legends state that those who claim to have been there feel the presence of evil.
This kind of feels like, what's it? It feels like he was just trying to find a grizzly bear to fucking fist fight, like that one UFC fighter.
Dude, I'll do it.
The dude that went up against McGregor for his belt, I can't remember his name, but apparently that dude like fist fought a grizzly bear in
I'll do
Russia.
a polar bear.
Dude, this sounds like the motherfucker who would just drop the knife and be like, "Come on, fisticuffs."
Dude, I'll fist fuck a fucking polar bear. Let's go.
You're gonna shove your whole fist.
I'm gonna go spelunking in there.
Are you gonna go elbow deep?
I'm going spelunking.
Oh god, you're gonna need a fucking parachute or like a rock climbing fucking rope. A whole pulley system. I'm gonna go cave diving in this bitch.
Okay, so honestly, as we stated earlier, there are hundreds of legends and myths we could cover and would love to cover.
Oh yeah.
I honestly would love to cover all of them if we could, but that would be literally its own show entirely. We could go on and on and on forever.
Oh yeah.
I believe we have both spent much of our lives watching werewolf movies and reading legends and history on the beasts, mostly to better understand ourselves, but alas, the night must continue without us, and we will continue our series next week unless you have anything else you would like to add on this episode.
I would like to add that if you want some semblance of an understanding of werewolves, go watch a lot of the werewolf movies, like Werewolf in London, Dark. I think it's Dark in the Moon or Blood Moon, something like that. There's the Underworld series that's pretty good. That's werewolves and vampires. You can watch Twilight if you want.
Literally just type in werewolf movies and watch as much as you can, because yeah, there's a lot of bullshit in them, but at the same time there's so many different types of werewolves that you can't really write any of them off.
Yeah. I mean, hell, a werewolf could technically be a skinwalker at the same time.
So remember, people, if you want us to cover anything specific, let us know. We will dedicate an episode one day to honorable mentions and missed subjects of previous episodes that we meant to cover. Is there anything else?
No, I think we're good for this one.
Alright.
See you next week.
That's all we have for this week, so follow us on Instagram at a.hunters.guida or ahg.ragnar. Send in some questions, suggestions, tips, and stories of your own to our email at ahuntersguide@yahoo.com. Send us some donations to at our Patreon or PayPal at ahuntersguide. Proceeds help us make better content and merch for you. We have shirts and more posted to our pages, but send us requests for what else you people want and a price and delivery options. Check out our website at pod.co/a-hunters-guide. Join us next week when we cover our next horror. Hunters, signing out.